Thank you. Our next speaker is Richard Lindsay.
Hello, can I confirm that I only have 1 minute even though it said 5 minutes in the email?
It is up to 5 minutes and is at the discretion of the chair, and I've set the time at 1 minute for tonight, and I'll ask them to reset the timer to a minute for you.
Okay, thank you. So I'm here today to express my shock that Loudoun County Public Schools are using material from the Teaching Tolerance Project to, in your words, achieve educational objectives for the sake of authentic learning experiences. I'm shocked because Teaching Tolerance is funded and implemented by the SPLC, or Southern Poverty Law Center, a known hate group with numerous racist and sexual harassment scandals, defamation lawsuits, and even ties to domestic terrorists. In fact, the first ever conviction under Washington, D.C.'s 2002 Anti-Terrorism Act was of a mass shooter named Floyd Corkins, who acknowledged in FBI testimony that he chose his targets based on an SPLC report that turned out to be libel. The truth of the matter is that the SPLC is a morally bankrupt organization that uses lawfare and instigates political violence against enemies of their substantial trust fund, which totaled over $500 million last year, much of it conveniently offshore in the Cayman Islands. We're talking about a group that in April 2018 designated the Twitter hashtags Happy Easter and Jesus as hate speech.
Thank you. Our next speaker. Please yield the mic to the next speaker. Our next speaker is Maria Gallagher. All right. Our next speaker is Scott Minio.
Just to confirm, 1 minute.
It is 1 minute. Thank you. And there's this timer right up here, and it'll start as soon as you start talking.
Very good.
Sir,
Yes.
put your mask over your nose and your mouth. Thank you.
All right. Can you hear me okay? Do you all think that all black people are the same as the BLM people, the violent ones, the destructive ones in the streets? I don't. You probably don't either. So don't make the same assumption about your white students with this ridiculous agenda, this action to combat systemic racism. It's racist, it's unfair, and you're targeting a group of kids wrongly. And Mr. Williams, I don't know where you're sitting. I know you've been here for 6 years, and this has been a project for you for 6 years. This has to stop, or at least come out with an opt-in, opt-out clause for parents. Because what you're doing is perpetuating racism and making problems worse for white kids and black kids alike. This is unfair, and this is absurd in this day and age to do this.
Our next speaker